First, what we are talking about. AI toys are physical products, plushies, action figures, dolls, robots with conversational AI built in. They use the same underlying technology as ChatGPT and Google Gemini. They can hold real, contextual conversations with children, remember previous interactions, and build what feels to the child, like a genuine relationship. They are not the same as a tablet or a screen. They are soft, physical objects that children hold, sleep with, and confide in. That distinction matters enormously. Children interact with these devices the way they interact with a trusted companion, not the way they interact with a piece of technology. They lower their guard completely. The market is growing quickly. Mattel has announced a partnership with OpenAI. Curio makes an AI plushie called Grem. Bondu makes the AI dinosaur involved in the breach. Dozens of smaller companies are releasing products at every price point. And, because this category is so new, there is no regulatory framework that specifically covers it. In the United States, the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, COPPA, covers online data collection from children under 13. But it was written in 1998, for websites. Its application to always-on AI devices in a child's bedroom is contested and largely untested. One California state bill is seeking a 4-year moratorium on AI toy sales, while regulation catches up. It has not passed. Common Sense Media, one of the leading child media research organizations, published a report in early 2026 that examined AI toys in detail. Its findings were pointed. The report found that AI toys often use always-on microphones in children's bedrooms and playrooms, collecting voice recordings, transcripts of conversations, and behavioral data, information about the child's interests, fears, routines, emotional states, and family dynamics that may be shared with third-party AI providers or used to train AI systems. Most of the toys examined use third-party AI providers to power their conversational systems. Bondu, for example, used both Google's Gemini and OpenAI's GPT models. That means the conversations your child has with the toy are not just stored by the toy company, they are also processed by those providers, under their own privacy terms. Many privacy policies reviewed by researchers explicitly stated that data could be shared with or sold to third parties. The policies are typically written in adult language, buried in terms most parents never read, and presented at the moment of purchase when a parent is least likely to scrutinize them. The report's conclusion, Common Sense Media recommended that children under 5 should not have access to AI toys at all, and urged parents of children aged 6 to 12 to exercise extreme caution. Their language was direct. These products introduce serious risks to children's development, privacy, and safety. Back to the Bondu story, because the details matter. When Thacker and Margolis accessed Bondu's portal, they were not looking at anonymized data. They were looking at individual children's profiles. Each profile contained the child's full name and date of birth, the names of family members, a list of the child's interests and dislikes that parents had set up, and the complete transcript of every conversation that child had ever had with their Bondu toy. Pet names the children gave their toys, favorite snacks, dance, moves. The kind of intimate, unguarded detail that children share freely with something they trust. The researchers suspect the portal's vulnerability may have been introduced through what they described as vibe coding, the practice of building software using AI code generation tools that produce functional-looking code with serious security flaws embedded in it. Bondu did not respond to questions about whether AI tools built its infrastructure. After the story was published by Wired in January 2026, U.S. Senator Maggie Hassan, the ranking member of the Senate Joint Economic Committee, sent a formal letter to Bondu demanding answers about its security practices. She wrote that the exposed data could be used for identity theft, and that private chat transcripts could be exploited to directly target children. Bondu's response, the company fixed the vulnerability within hours, says it found no evidence of unauthorized access beyond the researchers, and has since hired a security firm to monitor its systems. Whether that is sufficient is a question regulators are still determining. Fairness matters. So, here's the industry's position stated clearly. Curio, the maker of the Grem AI plushie, told journalists that it has full control over privacy and security because it builds its own hardware, software, and cloud infrastructure in-house. It says voice data is only processed when the listening mode is actively switched on, transcripts are deleted after 90 days, and parents can request immediate deletion. It emphasizes parental consent and parental controls throughout. Bondu, in its pre-breach communications, said it had run 18 months of beta testing with thousands of families and received no reports of unsafe behavior. Most AI toy companies in this space are making genuine efforts to build safely. The problem is that the category is moving faster than any independent verification process can keep pace with. There is no mandatory third-party safety audit for AI toys. There's no certification system, there is no body that checks privacy policy claims against actual system architecture before a product goes to market. The companies self-report, parents trust, and as the Bondu breach demonstrated, that gap between claim and reality can be significant. If your child already has or uses an AI toy, here are the practical steps consumer safety researchers recommend. First, read the privacy policy before the toy is ever switched on. Specifically, look for whether data is sold to third parties, which AI providers process conversations, how long data is retained, and whether there is a deletion request option. If the policy is vague or unavailable, treat that as a red flag. Second, check for parental controls. Can you review what your child says to the toy? Can you delete transcripts? Can you limit what topics the toy discusses? If none of these controls exist, the toy is operating without your oversight. Third, talk to your child about what the toy is. Children who understand that their toy uses a computer system, stores their words, and is not a secret keeper are better equipped to decide what to share with it. This is not about frightening children, it is about appropriate context. Fourth, Common Sense Media's current recommendation is no AI toys for children under 5, and parental involvement for children aged 6 to 12. For older children, the guidance shifts toward digital literacy, teaching children to think critically about what they share with any AI system. Finally, for parents who have already purchased a Bondu toy specifically, Bondu says, the portal vulnerability has been fixed and authentication is now in place. If you want to verify your child's data handling, you can contact Bondu directly to request a data summary or deletion under applicable privacy laws. AI toys are not going away. The market is expanding, the technology is improving, and several products genuinely offer educational and developmental benefits alongside the risks. The question is not whether children will encounter AI in physical form. They will. The question is whether the regulatory and safety infrastructure will catch up before more breaches happen. The California moratorium bill, Senator Hassan's pressure on Bondu, and the Common Sense Media report are all early signs that the conversation is shifting, but they are early. For now, the protection has to come from parents, informed, specific, and based on actual reading of what these products do. The Wired investigation that prompted this video, the Common Sense Media report, and Senator Hassan's letter to Bondu are all linked in the description below. If you found this useful, share it with a parent who has or is considering an AI toy for their child. Subscribe for clear, factual coverage of AI and tech stories that actually affect daily life every week. Thanks for watching.